get these and then you don't apply them in your day. So these techniques are going to help you a long way. So every time, you practice, the more you practice, the more you're going to become perfect in that. So now I'm going to present my screen and just give me a minute. Okay. So boys, can you see the screen?
No, ma'am.
You cannot see the screen? Now is it clear?
No.
Sonam, screen is not clear? Okay, 1 second. One second, please. 1 second. अगर तो जल्दी 90 ना आवाज WhatsApp Allah ये उन्हें शेयर करने Now can you see my screen better?
Yes, ma'am.
Girls, boys,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
see?
Yes.
Boys,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We can see.
okay. So today, as I told you, I'm going. Okay, okay. Now you'll have to listen to me carefully, and in between, I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, so be prepared, and I will know how attentive you are. So in this, I'm going to show you my first slide. Okay. Now tips for improving English. This is just a example of not any other subject skill, but English. Now you have been told, till now you've heard many, you can say motivational speakers who tell you to watch television and films in English. Then they tell you to read books and newspapers. Yes, they even tell you to label things in your house. Like, if you want to remember something, you can write on a chart paper and stick in your house. Then make notes of the new vocabulary. Okay. So we learn all this. We already learned this and we know what to do. All of us know that, isn't it? That many of you and even I've been telling, and some of the teachers will be telling you watch television and films in English. Then watch movies which have subtitles in English. They even tell you to read books, which even I insist on that if you read books and newspapers, you are going to definitely improve your English and your vocabulary. Now again, make notes of new vocabulary. So every time you learn a new word, you write it down, you note it down, and learn the meaning and make a few sentences using that word and use it in your daily conversation. Then you have to surround yourself with English speakers. That means if you have a group of friends who talk to you in English, you can always be in their company and try to converse in English. Figure out the best time to learn. That is, you have to at least allot half an hour to 1 hour from your 24 hours for improving your skill. Okay, and you can even listen to British and American music, and you can even learn language swap. Now, what is language swap? Language swap is when if somebody knows Hindi and somebody knows English, like two people, one knows Hindi and one knows English, then we can tell, that you teach me Hindi and I'm going to teach you English. That is language swap. In that case, you learn both the languages, English and Hindi. Okay? But these are something very general. We all know this, but I don't know how many of you all implement this. Can anyone tell me who implements this in their daily life? Who uses these tips for English in their daily life? Any one of you can tell me? Yes, any one of you can tell me? Boys, do you all use any of these tips for improving your English? Yes or no? Ghazi, Rehan, I'm
Yes,
asking
ma'am.
Ghazi and Rehan, can you hear me? So you can see the slide over there which has tips for improving your English. Now, out of these, how many tips do you apply? Can anyone tell me what do you do to improve your English? Yes, beta. Come on, I want you to speak up. You're in 9th standard. You should be confident enough to speak. So please come on.
Ma'am, 3.
Names of the boys.
Ma'am, 3.
Yes, beta. Yes, tell me, beta. 3. What is 3?
Yes. Number first is watch television and films in English.
Please read out from the.
Watch television and films in English.
Yes,
Read
I'm
English books or newspaper.
English or you just watch Hindi?
English.
And what else you do?
Read English books and newspapers.
I understood what I'm trying to say. I think the rest of you
Figure out your best time to learn.
Follow any one of these. Do you follow? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you a question, beta. Aap samjho. I'm asking you from among these tips, which one is one that you follow? Which one is the one you follow? इसमें जो tips है, इसमें से कौन सा follow करते? Which one do you follow? Anybody?
Yes,
that means
ma'am.
you're not improving your skills.
Figure out your best time to learn.
So you'll have to improve. Okay. So you have to make time for your English. But this is just about English. Now I'm going to talk about the other skills. Okay. Now yours. Now today I'm going to share. Those were the very common tips that everybody shares, isn't it? Everybody shares these common tips. But today I'm going to share some practical tips for improving your communication skills. Now, what is the first number one? What is number one? Can anyone read? Can anyone read what is the first tip? Can anyone read what is the first tip? No? Nobody is going to read? So no problem. Even if one child listens, I feel that, at least he has learned something. Chalo, immersion. Number one is immersion. Now, the one thing you have to follow when you have to accelerate your communication skills is the journey of immersion. That is, you have to completely get involved in that. Let's say somebody lagged in the early years. What is the meaning of lagged in the early years? It means that when you did not get an opportunity to learn in the early years, okay, you started very late, like you started learning very late. But these people also have to learn this, okay? So if you start at an early age, suppose you're watching cartoons in English like Peppa Pigs and all that, then you're going to build up a better vocabulary. Okay. But if you don't watch from a young age, what happens? You're not going to learn and you're going to be far behind the others. So, okay. So it's better that you start watching. Doesn't matter. Better late than never. Even if you haven't seen in your young age, you can start watching now. But I'm not saying that you can start watching cartoons. You can watching videos of motivational speakers. You can start watching videos of English, learning English through YouTube. So all these are facts which can help you. These are the points which can help you to learn. So the first thing is immersion. That is, if you don't immerse yourself completely in the material, then you will not be able to learn anything you want to. So first point is immersion. Now let me tell you a story. Boys, do you want to hear a short story about immersion? Who is listening? Boys, I'm going to call out the name. Okay? So tell me, what did you understand the immersion? Can anyone tell me? Okay? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of immersion? Who is this? Ganyani Abdul Ashrif Bhai? Ganyani Abdullah? Can you answer? Or Gujarati Mohammad Sadiq Soyabaz? Are you there? Can you answer? Okay. So no problem. I will continue with my lecture. The first is immersion. You have to immerse yourself completely into it. I will tell you a story. And it's a love story which goes like this, that it was a disciple of Socrates. Do you all know who is Socrates? Do you all know who is Socrates? Okay. So since you are not answering, I can understand that you don't know. Socrates was a Greek philosopher and of Greek, okay, and of Athens. And he said that like he used to teach young people all the how to behave yourself in society, how to follow the ethics and all the good parts. Okay, so one day a disciple is a student of Socrates who went up to him and asked, sir, can you teach me the principle of success? So he was taking bath in the middle of the river, and that fine morning actually, he was taking a bath in the middle of a river. And he found the timing of the question very awkward. Suppose somebody is in the middle of the river having a bath and you stand on the bank of the river and ask a question. Do you think it's the correct time to answer? No. So even Socrates felt that this was not the correct time to answer the question. So he found this very awkward. He was right in the middle of the river where the water was very deep. He thought he will teach his disciple not by lecturing him, but by giving him a practical experience of that thing. So he says to the young man, he says, young man, come inside the river and I will tell you, okay, the secret behind success. So the man goes inside the water and he's standing right next to Socrates, where the water is very deep. Socrates is a little bit taller than this guy. So he casually puts his arm around the shoulder of this young man and plunges his head inside the water. He can hear him kicking and fighting for his life. He is holding him tight beneath the water while fighting and resisting himself. So after a couple of seconds, he manages to break himself free and comes out of water, gasping for air, and he was short of breath. So all that time, he said, what is this? He asked Socrates, why did you plunge my head into the water? So he said, I asked you the secret of success, and what is this you're doing to me? So Socrates replied, young man, you were inside the water, isn't it? So tell me how desperately you wanted to come outside. Okay, when you put your head inside the water for too long, you want to gasp for breath. Suddenly you feel that you want some need to jig to come out of the water. So tell me how desperately you wanted to come outside the water and breathe again and breathe again. So of course he said, I was very desperate. It was a matter of life and death. So he said, I would do anything to achieve that. Means if you know that you are going to die, you try your best to see that you are alive. So he says that yes, there you have the secret of success. That means you have to immerse yourself completely. You have to immerse yourself completely, and when you want to achieve so badly that you want to be successful in something, you will be able to immerse your entire being into that thing. There is no force in the entire world that can stop you progress on the path. So immersion, which means completely surround yourself with material, people, learning opportunities, to learn new skills. Okay, so what are these new skills? It can be anything. It can be English language skills. It could be anything that you want to learn, right? Okay, and these are a few points where I'm sharing with you. And the first one is immersion. So immersion is you have to completely drown yourself into what you're doing. You have to have passion for what you're learning. Okay. Now we go to the next point. Okay. The next is identifying your learning style. So yes, everybody has a different style of learning. Okay. Some people are better by listening. Some people learn better by watching. Some people learn by experimentation or by doing things. So you have to find out what works best for you, and then you have to use that style. So if you feel that you can improve your English or your any skill, any language skill or any skill by reading a lot, then concentrate on that. If you feel that you can improve by writing a lot, you have to concentrate on that. If you feel that you want to speak a lot, you interact with people and improve your skills. So you can even have a support group which will help you to develop that skill. So if you want to speak good English, or if you want to develop your communication skills, you have to join any sort of club. Okay. Now in Bhavnagar, I don't know whether we have any club or not, but you have to join any sort of club, like a drama club or a theater, where you can participate. You can go on the stage and perform, and you can even win over your stage prize. So if there is a debating society or a debating club, you can join it. If there's no such club, then what do you do? Then you can form your own club with your group of friends, and you can have your own support group. So you have to identify your learning skills. Now, please, I know that you all are listening or not, I'm not sure, but please can one of you all tell me how do you learn your things? Is it easier by writing or is it easier by learning? Can anyone answer me? Rehan? Mohammed Abbas? Rehan? Who is that? Rehan? Mohammed Abbas?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So I was asking you, if you want to improve your English skills, what is your style of learning? Do you read more? Do you write more? Do you speak more? Or do you visualize more? Everybody has a different style. So what is your style?
But my learning type is to speak more.
Huh?
To speak more.
Oh, okay. So everybody has a different learning style. So you have to, okay, you speak more. So that's what I'm saying. If you speak more, you're going to imbibe more. You're going to learn more. Okay. So that is your style of learning. Some people, they read and they write and then they learn. Some of them, they just read loudly and they learn. Some of them just visualize and learn. Okay. So everybody has a different style of learning. So as I told you, if there is a support group, if you have a group of friends, you can interact with them every day for half an hour. You keep half an hour aside with your friends, where you have to only communicate in English or any language you want to, and you can improve. Okay. So, okay, you don't, then you can do it. Okay, you can form a group. So identify your learning style and join a support group. So what I say is fire your mental faculties. Now you must be wondering what is mental faculties. So mental faculties are what you can, it means audio visual or reading, writing. These are all your skills. Mental faculties are audio and visual. Some people are, if they see the audio, hear the audio and see the video, they, grasp everything quickly. Okay. So yeah, this means that you're firing your mental faculties from all directions. That is, you're making your brain active. Okay. So you are stretching it over to a new direction. That is, the more you're trying, the more you're developing in a new direction. So when you're reading, you're doing two things at a time. See, when you're reading something like, say, storybook or a school book, anything, what you're doing is first you're reading the text and creating a visual in your mind. That is, for example, there's a match going on, a football match going on, and means you are reading somewhere in the newspaper about the football match. So when you read about the football match, what happens in your mind? You visualize also. Picture dekhte hai waise. You visualize in your mind that you are playing the football match, or you're taking part over there, or if you're not taking part also, what you're observing. So when you observe something in your mind, you will grasp easily. Okay. So you are reading as well as you're creating a visual in your mind. So you are reading say a news. For example, something has happened in some place. Okay. For example, there's some accident, somewhere. You read the news. So what happens? You will read the news means you will go through all the words written in the newspaper, and also you will, in your mind, you try to create a scene or sense out of it. Okay. So when you're watching something, half the work is already done for you. So suppose you're on the spot of the accident, then you can describe the accident better than just reading the news. So when you visualize, half your work is done. So that means that you just have to listen or watch, and then you don't have to read the text. You just have to listen and make sense of it. But reading is more hard work, and a lot of people avoid it. So in this age of videos, you should read actually. You should actually stick to reading, and the more you read, the more you write, the more you're going to improve. And here also, if you add speaking to it, okay, you can even put your post on Instagram. How many of you all use Instagram? How many of you all use Instagram?
Ma'am, I use.
I use.
Instagram in your group?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Instagram, you can, like in the Instagram, do you put the post anytime?
Yes.
Post
Yes.
anything on Instagram? Okay. Okay. So when you do it, just don't put a stupid hashtag which makes no sense. You can put a caption. Yes, you can write a caption. Write about it in 2 or 3
Yes.
Okay, you can start in your own way. Suppose you are writing, suppose you have taken part in a competition, then you can even start a blog. You can say that you won in this competition, and you write a blog, and people will start following. So what happens is, once you do that, you will make mistakes. I know you will make mistakes in the blog, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes while you're writing in the blog or you're writing something in the Instagram. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Okay? What will go wrong? Maximum what will happen is, if you make a mistake, the maximum is that you will make some grammatical mistakes only, and few people will laugh at it. That's okay, because that is a part of the process. If you make a mistake, doesn't mean that you have failed. Okay, that means you are trying. So you have to go through this, and you can keep on asking questions somewhere if you want to, say in your WhatsApp or Facebook or something, and you can gain knowledge also and learn how to question also. So suppose you're going live on Facebook, somebody or the other must be going live on Facebook in the group, I suppose. So yes, you can do that, and you can speak about what you want to, about your experiences. And if it doesn't go well, doesn't matter as per your expectations. Suppose you want to
Ma'am,
share
your voice is cutting.
about, say, some medicines or some Ayurvedic medicines. Okay. So suppose you want to share something that you have made at home, so some medicine from homemade, home, this thing, what do you call ingredients, and you want to share it on Facebook. Share it. Don't ever feel that my grammar is wrong and I cannot share it. Share it, and what will happen maximum after a few days you can delete it. Okay. So that's okay. The mistake is not going to live there forever. It's not going to be there forever. So don't just be silent, because see, you shouldn't be silent. Every time there is something, try to at least give your opinion or share something. Okay. Now, like if you know that in the 1800s there were silent movies. So we should just visualize how the actors and actresses are doing their drama, and we used to come to a conclusion and understand the story. But then science got so advanced, and we got microphones and all that high tech equipment that we use these days. So use your mental faculties. Mental faculties, again, I'm reminding you, audio visual. Okay. So create a weekly manual of the material you want, and go through your Netflix series or your audio books and all that. So what you can do is you can download them beforehand. So when you have allotted a time for yourself, that today I'm going to see a Netflix movie in English, or I'm going to download some audio book, then you set a time for it. Before that, you have to uh, store the material, download them. Okay. So you can easily carry a material where you want, and you can learn. So immersion is very important to compensate for the lack of early exposure. That means when you completely immerse yourself in what you're doing, then it makes up for the time when in the early ages you had not come in contact with people who were speaking English or any other language you want to learn. Okay, some of you all would have joined school, English medium school, maybe in class 2 or class 3 or something. So you would have missed out on the foundation. Okay, but these are some of the ways, like, and best is immersion. That is, you have to completely drench and drown yourself into that skill. Then only you should have that. You will learn the communication skills or any foreign language skills at an early age. So if you have missed out this opportunity, then you can make up by following immersion. So immersion is one point where you can, it's one tip where you can really grow. Okay. The next point is, can anyone read the third point? Third tip? Anyone is going to read the third tip? Ghazi? Ghazi? Are you there? Rehan? Rehan? Okay, I'll watch the video later on to understand, because I'm going to question you all. Okay. The next is visual mental rehearsal. Visual mental rehearsal. This is a technique that is taught to athletes, golfers, then it is taught to stage performers, and then stand-up comedians. So what is this called? VMR, or visual mental rehearsal. Okay. Now I'm going to ask a few questions to you all. I want Merchant Haider Ali. Is he there? Merchant Haider Ali? No? Mithani Mohammad Asif? Musani Mohammad Raza? Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
One boy answered me, and I'm happy that at least he answered. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I was asking you, till now, what did we understand? We learned about immersion. We learned about identifying your learning style. And the next we are going to learn is visual mental rehearsal. Now, yes, while I'm taking this lecture, if you are doing something else, you are not going to
Ma'am,
learn.
and everyone learning
skills are different. The video. So, yes, beta. That's what I'm telling you. We did this in the beginning. Everyone's learning skills are different. But let me tell you, we'll talk to about the third point, okay? Third point is visual mental rehearsal. What is the third point? Visual mental rehearsal. Now let me tell you
Ma'am?
what this, this is mostly taught to athletes, golfers. Okay? Yes,
Lecture is over, ma'am.
yes, yes. Tell me, beta. Lecture is over.
Lecture is over.
Till
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
whatever you have, not understood. Yes, but I know lecture. Yes, lecture is over. So today, go through the video and listen carefully. I will continue in my next class when I get over here in your 9th C. Okay. So please pay attention. And I'm going to ask you questions on these 2 points which we have done. We have to complete the next 4 points in the next lecture. Okay. So all of y'all, just try to follow the video and implement in your day-to-day life. Okay, bye, goodbye. Stay safe, stay at
Bye,
home.
ma'am.
Have a
Bye.
good day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.